let's have a look. Ooh, I am live. I am live watching myself.
Oh God, don't do that.
No, I'm not going to do that. I just want to make sure it works. Um,
Yeah, Niel is online.
yes. Alrighty.
Neil's online? Who's Neil?
Oh, some rando.
Ugh, I hate those
Yeah.
people.
Alright.
Why am I still not level 5?
On...
Bullshit.
Because you didn't kill anyone. Though you almost did. That would
Not
have.
So I
even
should
made a level
try
up.
harder next time.
You should try harder to kill what could you could have almost killed a little girl and a bunch of innocent guards.
I mean, that is not a problem anymore.
Why are we
Ooh.
killing innocents?
We're not killing you, don't worry.
Yeah, that's true. Not yet, at least.
That's true.
Right. On that note, let's get started. Does anyone else want to try and give a synopsis of what has happened, or shall I do it? Because
I reckon I can do it.
okay, this will be interesting.
Oh,
I can't
no.
do it.
Yeah, I
Say
can't. I'll do it. I
wasn't
can't
here-
do it.
I wasn't here last time. I was kind of here.
Yeah, kind of.
I could kind of give a bit of a rundown. Absolutely nothing happened of note because we fucked up.
Yeah,
No. Lots happened of note, just nothing good happened.
yeah.
God damn it, guys. Why are you guys so
Let's put it this way.
incapable about
Very
me?
simply, Nick nearly killed 2 city guards and perhaps badly injured the person who we were supposed to kidnap. The person who wanted us to kidnap the person got mad at us, and that's about it.
All right. I'll go from the start. So basic, because technically, because I forgot to record the last one.
Because we were live.
We were in person, so yeah.
Yeah, the last one was in person. The one before that was,
He failed to actually record it.
Hey, hey, don't blame me for this shit.
But it's literally your fault.
I mean,
that
we're
doesn't
not gonna
mean
blame
I.
ourselves for it.
That doesn't mean I don't. I want you to not blame me for it. That's right.
Yep.
So, in the world of Aferon, a mystical place full of wonder and terror. Um,
And
And
Lumba.
occasionally dead half drow.
oh, you're still so salty about that.
Of course it is.
Uh-huh. You think.
Yes. The current year being 2012 AS after separation. In the past, servants of the Outer Planes used to roam free across this land of Aferon, and fought with each other with strength and power that tore through the material plane, all all those that called it home. Their strength was evenly matched, and they fought an endless war, a war that threatened to destroy the plane. Some gods foresaw this ending and decided to create a seal to forcibly banish all creatures not native to this plane, thus creating the outer planes and the inner planes. From the Nine Hells to the Feywild. This separation helps keep the balance and keeps every plane from falling apart due to the sheer force and power that the others hold. In this world, there are 4 countries: Mandia, the Empire, the Osmane Theocracy, and Zenbri. All these countries um, forming 2 sides separated by a small cliff between the Serpent's Cove and the Desolate Cliffs, or a small passage. These countries are, for now, at peace, and the players starting off their journeys in Mandia. Niana Nightfall, a drow native to this land, as well as Callista Merryworth and Zabel Toriel.
It's a tutorial.
Alright. Balin Malinel coming from
Millennial.
Alright. I've never had to say it before. From the Osmane Theocracy and Noroth Rogar from the Empire. The players initially started their journey in Sheercliff, each coming there for their own reasons. After a few challenges and journeys, one of their previous companions, Niana Nightfall, unfortunately met her end in the city of Rockstone due to the dangerous creatures in the sewers that the party was tasked with clearing out.
I don't think that's the reason why.
Pretty sure you murdered me.
I'm pretty sure it's because he doesn't know how to do freaking the level. What is it? The challenge ratings?
Balancing.
Counterbalancing.
I mean, in my defense, you all kind of ran away and split up. And, well, the natural 4 on the attack rolls didn't help.
Defense denied.
Yes, request denied. But yes,
I was murdered.
now,
My character.
the
murdered.
character, now
My
the characters in
Gone.
sorrow, have been approached,
Progress.
have been searching desperately, to try and find ways to potentially, bring their deceased companion back to life, Niana's sister. In their search, they have been approached by what are very seemingly shady individuals, or seemingly very shady individuals, that are asking them
Generous people to me.
for equivalent exchange their services, and in exchange, well, there's only one thing the party seems to want right now.
Money.
Two things the party wants right now.
Bitches.
No. And troubled by this request to kidnap a young girl who they do not know, they decided to investigate where this young girl lives, only to cast a shatter spell in an alleyway, almost killing 2 guards, one of which has a wife and child, and destroying most of the building that this girl lives in. The city is now in a bit of a panic, almost as if a terrorist attack had just occurred, caused either knowingly or unknowingly by a certain Callista Merryworth. And now investigations are underway, with the party causing quite a ruckus. They have been approached again by one of the individuals, who is both disappointed and a little irritated, mostly irritated, and has since requested them to meet again that night. So, we return to the afternoon. What would you all like to do?
I'd like to finish my milk, please.
Yeah,
Didn't we?
Yeah?
Didn't we at last session agree to go and visit the mayor?
Yeah.
The governor?
Yes.
We
I
did,
think I recall something about this.
It's up to you guys.
I remember that being agreed to, actually.
Alright. So you're all making your way to the town hall to meet Governor Taruk Marinuth.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, wait up for me! These schmucks.
You see that from the table as Abel's coming from, the young 17-year-old boy, you see he excitedly comes along from a table full of very drunk, and it's the middle of the day as well, very drunk, some passed out, orcs, half orcs, even like a half ogre and like a little gnome as well, and they're just like, come back. He's sort of holding his hand over his mouth, trying not to puke. I'm not done. Snoring on the
See,
table.
you're making friends again.
Was there any money involved?
They're gullible, but they're not that gullible.
Damn it! Free money for doing nothing all game.
Doubt.
All right. Yeah.
Zabel, are you getting in trouble again?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna head on past her. I don't even know where we're going. I'm just gonna head past her.
You see, as soon as Zabel goes out the door, he starts taking a left when he should be taking a right.
I walk out there, grab him
Actually,
by
no,
the
I take
ear.
a right instead of a left.
Okay.
I walk out there, grab him by the ear, and drag him the right direction.
Okay. Um, as you all begin making your way, you're familiar with the city as Zabel, so you pick up pretty quickly where everyone's heading. The city, like most, it was raining the night before and like sort of early morning, and so the ground is a little muddy, even though it is like a stone pavement. It's still there's a lot of mud just everywhere. Being a city full of more monstrous races, the cleanliness is it's clean, but it's not pristine by any means.
What are you saying?
I'm saying they have less care about appearances than maybe a city of elves.
This is a city of elves.
Primarily elves, I should say. This city is more, although it does have a large drow population, it's not as large as compared to Auragus, which is sort of at the top of the map up here. Rockstone is, if you're looking for bestial races or monstrous races, this is where you go. Minotaurs, ogres, orcs, tieflings. There are a few humans, gnomes, and dwarves, and the races you would see more commonly in other cities, but you do see like a higher population of goblins, hobgoblins, all those other kinds of more unique races. But yes, you make your way to the town hall. You go up to the front desk. You see Vera there, the young half-elf girl, probably 70 years old or something, which is pretty young for an elf. It's like still in their teens. And she's like, yes, can I help you?
If it is possible, will we be able to speak to the governor, please?
He's a bit busy right now. Is there any specific reason why you would like to see him today?
We heard about the incident that before the tavern. We were actually, near the tavern, I should say. And we were looking if there's any way we could possibly help in in any regard.
Oh yes. Well, I'm sure if you want to help, though there isn't a official request out of it, given the nature of what happened. I'm sure if you did manage to find any evidence of who caused it, there would be an equivalent reward.
All right.
Um, yes, if that helps at all. Or if you're looking for other work, we do have a couple jobs much further out of the city, but if you're willing.
What kind of work?
Well, we've got some subjugation requests from the river near Seastead. They seem to be having issues with some of the wildlife around there.
All right.
It also up in the mines north of Oargos. There's some requests to go up there to do an escort a caravan from Oargos to the mines. And also there's a few requests that Odeo has sent us as well in the Empire.
Thank you. I'll have to talk to my party. And I about face, look at Azabel, and hand him a ledger before walking out. Before walking to stand next to Neroth.
I guess I'll take it.
And inside is everything that you
Well.
that you owe.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
And he's probably just gonna throw it out. Whatever.
Well, if he doesn't want to be babied by me anymore, then I won't help him.
Alright, so
As
what you
long
doing?
as that doesn't cause problems.
He doesn't want my help, so I'm not helping him.
So what you doing?
I'm standing next to Neroth, letting other people try.
Then perhaps I should go forward. Miss, we really do need to see the mayor as soon as possible.
Alright, if that's the case, I can. Is there any reason apart from what Callista mentioned before? He is very busy recently.
That is understandable. But I cannot discuss them with just anyone.
She sort of looks at you and sees your breastplate having the symbol of the Boros Legion. She sort of pauses for a second. Make a persuasion check.
Of course. Why now? Really?
Oh. She sort of looks down at you, at your chest, and then looks back up at you. Is like, I'm sorry, but he asked to not be disturbed unless absolutely necessary. As due to what happened last night, there's a lot on his plate right now, and he's having to work through the night.
Can I whisper to my little buddy for a second?
Sure.
I'm gonna tell him to go into the mayor's office. It's
With
gonna be like,
with the doors closed and guards outside the doors.
yes.
All right. All right. Okay. So you whisper to little bunny, sort of like, tilts his head up to you. His
Wait,
little.
just wait 1 second though.
All right.
Give you a distraction.
Do I hear this at all?
Make a stealth and perception contesting checks. Actually, no, it would be your passive perception. Not whatever, doesn't matter. I already said active. Stealth check. You got to be an 18.
I forgot to bring up my character sheet. Stealth is really good. Wait, why am I stealthing?
You're trying to like, because you're trying to whisper it to little buddy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Callista, you definitely
Didn't have to
notice
roll.
this.
Didn't have to even fucking roll.
You have to, yeah, you notice it that he's whispering to little buddy, and you can tell he's about to cause trouble.
I'm looking at him and just go. Then I just look at Neroth and go. Neroth,
Yes.
how about you and I do some, as our dear friend said, do some investigating of our own?
I suppose it can't hurt.
And I'll move up next to him and just go. Let's go before Azabel does something that'll make us all regret further. As you know, I hook my arm under his and just sort of tug him away.
All right.
If Azabel wants to act like an adult,
all right. Niana and Balon, what are you doing? Or Balon?
Oh, this will not end well.
I kind of try and hook myself under also Niana's arm as well.
Okay.
Come on.
So-
God damn it! Why is it neck?
All right.
Is it gonna devolve into forehead soon?
All right. Niana, do you follow along?
Yeah, no?
Jules, are you alive?
He's typing something in. His mic's not working. Okay. Yes. That's right. Fiddle around with it till you can get it working. So I assume Niana will follow along with your lead. What's Balon doing? You see the three of them sort of leaving, and Vera's looking at you all a little confused now. The guards as well.
What? So is this a different person manning the desk?
No. So it's still Vera at the desk. But there's two guards at. Oh no, sorry, one guard at the door to the entrance to that work area that the governor has, that Turuk has.
Come along, Balon. We have things to do.
Because I'm not able to think of anything fast enough, I guess I'll have to agree.
I can hear Pete giggling in the
yeah.
background.
On my way
Because-
out, I'm just
Because
gonna sort of-
I was thinking of doing something, but I don't know how to word it yet, so I'm guessing I'm just gonna
Yeah.
I'm not thinking fast enough.
on
so
my way
therefore-
out, just over my shoulder, I'm just gonna say, please do inform the governor that a member of the Legion wishes to speak with him at his earliest convenience.
Yes, I'll do that as soon as he has some time. Thank you.
If you are aware of the inn that they are staying at, I am also there.
Yes, we are. Thank you. As she nods towards you.
And once we're outside, I'll stand by the exit door, out of sight from inside, and just wait for the trouble to ensue.
All right. Zabel.
Alright.
Sounds like a terrible idea to me, but okay.
Just wait for my lead, buddy. I'm gonna walk up to her and I'm just be like, hey there, what's your name?
He's been here
She-
several times.
Yeah. She looks at you. It's like, Vera.
Right, Vera, how you going? Go, little buddy.
Make a deception check.
So, what are you doing after you finish working, Vera?
Make a deception check with disadvantage. 17.
An 18. God
Oh
damn.
my
Yeah.
god!
Disadvantage.
Nice.
17. Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
with a +0.
Wow. All right. So you start a conversation with Vera, and then you whisper, "Go, little buddy, go." Vera doesn't notice, but the guard does. You have not distracted the guard.
Alright. Is there like any water on the table or anything?
Little buddy's already going. You gave him the command.
That's fine. Is there any water on the fucking table?
No, there is not.
Damn it.
No, they're usually a bit more careful as to they don't keep a water bottle on their desk or anything like that.
Because of an incident with Zabel, probably.
Because of his able.
Yeah, probably.
No, just in general, like it wasn't it's not really a custom that they have. But you tell little buddy to go. He make and the guard tries to stop little buddy. Make athletics or acrobatics check for him as this guard tries to pin little buddy down.
I need to bring up his character sheet.
Oh, that's pretty high.
What did you say? What type of check?
Either athletics or acrobatics. He's trying to grapple little buddy. She's
He's
like,
definitely gonna make
"Hey,
an
you
athletic
stop!"
check.
I'm just saying that
18.
18!
I got a 19. 16
You
plus
mother-
3. This is not a normal guard. This is a bigger guard, like the two
and
that you
limp
saw.
guard.
Yeah, more like a sort of like heavily armored and in full plate, carrying a halberd by his side, and long sword along his hip, and yeah, he just like pins little buddy to the ground. It's just little buddy makes this.
If I hear that, I'm just gonna be like, oh, sorry. He sometimes does that. Come here, little buddy. We're out of here.
He's still pinned to the ground, and you hear from the sound another guard comes from behind the door.
And all my chances to talk my way through went out the window.
This is why I made everyone else leave.
And he looks at you, Azabel, looks at the other guard pinning the buddy. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Nothing. I'm just leaving now. Starts walking out.
He goes to the door and blocks the door. He's like, "I don't think so. You come with me." What do you do? What are you doing, Azabel? You complying? You're resisting?
Which way is he going?
So he's going to one of the side doors, not the one that leads to the governor, but seems to be like a door to like a side room.
Ugh, the worst guard ever. Alright, I follow him.
Yeah, you follow him? Alright. He sort of, as he goes down there, he yells down the corridor.
Make a bolt for the exit.
He yells down the corridor as he opens the door, and two more guards come. And one fetches you, the other one fetches little buddy, and is just sort of holding him under his arm pretty firmly. And
yeah.
The two
I'm
guards.
Pretty sure little buddy's just relaxing now. He's not gonna resist.
Just sort of dangling like this little quadrupedal little mechanical construct. Just. He knows he's done something wrong. As you feel like you begin to feel like your palms sweat slightly and your heart beats a little faster as normally you're pretty good at getting away with stuff because he's a kid, but you haven't really done pranks here before, and these guys seem to be a lot more serious than you realize.
Yeah, because someone has stopped them normally. If he wants to act like an adult, fine, be that way.
Yeah. So they lead.
No one ever said that, Nick.
So they lead you to a side room and they begin questioning you. It's like, what do you think you're doing?
Trying to talk to the mayor.
To the mayor, why?
Because we need to talk to him for a second.
Why do you need to talk to him?
I don't really know the full reasoning, but my party members wanted to talk to him.
Sort of.
They hide stuff from me. I do like that whole whispering thing where you like hide your mouth and you just whisper it to the person.
Oh, sorry, what were you whispering?
They hide stuff from me.
Oh, okay.
What's going on?
He might be the only person in the room as well, and I'm still doing it.
There's two of them with you.
Oh, well, I'm whispering it to the person who's questioning me.
Okay.
Like, as this was going on, after we saw him dragged away, I would have walked back in and just talking to Vera.
Oh, you would have heard the clattering and the sound, but you were all outside, so you didn't see anything. You just heard the clattering and a little bit of a kerfuffle.
Back in and talk to Vera.
And then, okay, yeah.
Just going. So he's finally gotten caught. Doing something stupid.
Yes, that's pretty serious. Why? She sort of looks at you. And why didn't you say anything?
I look back at her and just go, he wants to act like an adult? Fine. Oh, he wants me to stop treating him like a child? Fine. I will.
Right. Well, you probably won't see him for a while.
Well, he'll be alright.
Did we all come back inside, or did just you, Nick?
Did you guys come with me?
I mean, Balon will at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, if everyone's going back inside, I probably would have as well. It's like, I pity the person who's going to deal with him from this point.
Why did they leave in the first place? I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh, she sort of looks as you all begin slowly coming back in, and she seems a bit suspicious of all of you. Right, is there anything else you need?
Not
Um,
particularly.
Well, if, like you asked before, if you would like us to help sort of do our best to investigate on what happened, could we possibly ask who it was that was attacked? If that is at all possible, it might narrow down who was the perpetrator.
She squints at you almost. Make a persuasion. I'll say with disadvantage because she's not. She's a little suspicious of all of you.
Of course she is.
And I haven't said anything. She's suspicious of me.
1919.
What's with when I say disadvantage, you still roll really well. When I say straight, it's like nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
19. Okay.
19 or 19.
Yeah.
Whichever you want.
She looks at all of you. It's just like, and you haven't heard?
No, I kind of do my best to stay out of politics. So I don't know many of the upper class individuals of this town. And as you can see, pointing at Balon and Nera, they aren't locals, and I'm pretty sure that she has been more concerned with her sister's death. As I point to Nyana.
She.
I just don't follow the news.
We were staying at the Crooked Seat. We heard the explosion from there.
Hmm.
You see the guard has he's now resting his hand on his sword sheath that's currently sheathed. And Vera she gets up from her seat and sort of leans over the desk as if to whisper to you, Callista. Sort of out of earshot of anyone else. Or specifically the guard. The rest of you could probably overhear it. And she whispers to you. It's like, well, to be honest, it's all a little scary. I mean, who would attack the governor's daughter? She's such a like Clara's such a nice, lovely girl. I mean, you've met her, you know. I don't know who would do such a thing.
This is why
And that's when he knew he really fucked up.
I mean, like, here, like, buildings break down all the time, you know, bar fights and all that. But when you attack his own daughter, he is furious.
Can I roll a perception to hear this?
You hear it.
I hear it?
You hear it.
Okay. Can I actually lean in about this then? Like, just casually leaning in, so just, like, putting my elbow on the counter or table? Just to lean in a little bit?
Okay.
Okay, so...
I mean, not that anyone can see this, but both of my eyebrows have currently raised behind my helmet.
Like, I would actually sort of tell her, like,
It's a good thing I'm wearing, you know, a full face helmet. You can't see my expressions.
say, if that's the case, Vera, perhaps it should be just a one-on-one with just myself and him, because I have a bit more of a witness account for him, and this sounds like it's important to the governor then.
And I sort of lean forward to Vera's like, the governor has given me so much help and helped me in all my endeavors. I will find the perpetrator behind this. And I will make them pay.
Quick, someone get him a mirror.
Sort of, you saying that, Balin, she looks at you, like, why, what do you mean first-hand witness?
I was out for a walk late last night, actually. I was on my way back, and I was only just a street away from the tavern when I heard that explosion, so I decided to have a closer look.
Deception.
All right.
It's a straight roll. 18.
18.
Oh my god, you lucky bastards!
Except for me with my fucking persuasion.
Let's be honest.
Is that with stealth?
Let's be honest. That deception, if that wasn't high, ooh, even then something might. Anyway, I like making you uneasy. Sort of. She looks at you, almost perplexed. Especially because it's you saying it.
Well, I mean, like, if they've actually got records in terms of who they found, who they were actually like questioning, they would know that Balon wasn't at the tavern that night. So it's not entirely unbelievable.
You remembered.
Yes, of course I did.
And she looks at you as you say that and goes, well, if the opportunity arises, I'll put in a word, but and don't expect much and be careful.
Vera, I know. I know it is important, and I wouldn't say it if it wasn't. Like, if not all of us to speak to him, then just myself and him. Because with this subject matter, I think it's definitely important that he knows.
As she's listening, she then leans back and then goes back to sit down on her chair. Right, well, is there anything else you need, or...
Balon's just stretching after that, so just going, there we go. Just like, leaning like that kind of did something to my shoulder there.
Alright.
Like Balon's just looking at Vera, just with a smile, just going, no, nothing more. We'll look into this as best we can. If we find something out, we'll let you know.
Alright, well, wish you all the best, and good luck on your endeavors.
You too, Vera. I hope the day goes a bit better for you than right now.
And for you as well. As you, I'm assuming, you're all leaving?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Balon gives her a
Pretty
smile
much.
as he leaves.
Alright. As you all leave, I don't have... just as a side note as well, in Roll20, for your nicknames, can you also add, like, at the end of your name, your passive perception? I'll use my nickname as, like, a example. Well, AC and passive perception, I should say, so.
Yeah.
If you look at my nickname, do it like that.
Okay. I will do that now.
Because, like, while people are doing that, what's everyone's passive perceptions?
15.
11.
13.
13. And, Niana?
I don't have it. Sorry.
Sorry, what's your perception bonus?
Oh no, sorry, I have 12. My mistake.
Yep.
My perception bonus is 6.
Alright, so it would be 10 plus 6, so 16.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so Balin and Niana, you both would notice as you're throughout that whole conversation and as you're leaving, the guard that is there is just intently watching all of you.
Can I insight that?
What are you trying to insight?
In terms of whether or not he's just suspicious of us, or he's actually like, worried that we might be onto something or something like that.
Okay, roll insight.
It's more just trying to read his body language. So just like, is it a casual guard going, I don't trust you, or is this like, oh shit, I need to let someone know that these guys are looking into it or something like
22
that.
insight.
22 insight.
Wow.
Let me. God damn it! Why can't I roll high?
Because like the whole point of what Balon's doing at the moment is so just like he does not know who to trust right now, so therefore he's basically okay. I'm gonna look at everyone, even people closest to him.
Okay.
Trust me,
You notice as you look at him walking out, he notices your gaze and he tries to sort of hide it, but he's not doing a very good job.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely suspicious of you. Though you're not entirely sure why. But he is definitely suspicious, a little more than you would expect him to be.
A standard guard. Yeah. Okay.
This is another one of those higher armored guards. The full plate guards.
Well, considering he's guarding the governor's office, it'd be like basically the governor's honor guard or something like that, like handpicked security.
Yeah. But yeah, he's definitely more suspicious of you than you expect or would have expected.
Interesting.
But yes.
Is everything okay, Belon?
It's probably nothing, but unfortunately, my hunches have been proven right before, and it's been catastrophic. So let's hope not.
And what's your hunch?
Not here, further away.
Yeah.
All right. As you're moving away, we'll switch back to Zabel for a little bit. So you're talking with this guard, and he's peppering you with questions. You know, what were you doing? What's your name? Where do you live?
I'll tell him the truth.
Yep. Okay. So you're telling about yourself, and sort of
How do you not know me? I'm a Zabel!
he recognizes you, and you realize that after a little bit of the talking, he wanted to see whether you were lying or not, or going to try and lie, but also he's just sort of probing you as to what you were doing. And over the whole thing, yeah, either he's asking you basically what were you doing, like with doing that at the governor's place, you know, with you obviously trying to, because he rolled a pretty high insight against your deception. So like why you were doing that, you know, and what was your goal, you know, really just hammering down trying to figure out why you were doing that.
I'll just tell him the truth. It's like, our party members wanted to go speak to the mayor. See if I can get in.
Yeah. Alright. Over the whole thing, I would like you to roll a single persuasion check.
Persuasion. That's my strong suit.
You're not entirely wrong.
Alright. So, here's what happens. You're fairly charming, and although like, even with your charm, you do still feel your heart beating faster and the sweat forming on your brow and the palm of your hands. Because he is not. Well, actually, let's roll deception. No, that's pretty high. He's not buckling at all in terms of the seriousness of his tone and voice. It is like that feeling
and I am
of
not
like
in the playfulness of my voice, sir.
it's like when a kid knows that they've done something really wrong, and and usually if they're a good kid, which I'm pretty sure Zabel is, you know, you do feel a little guilty. Just a little bit, because like you've never been disciplined this harshly in your life, really. And so, as the interrogation concludes, he finishes writing down a couple notes. He's like, right, like, you know, orders the papers on this. He's like, all right, so this is not your first offense, but it is your first offense here. And because I'm feeling
my first offense.
nice, as you say that, He goes to the other guys like, do you mind getting the? He's like, yeah, I got it. And he goes out of the room.
And brings back a filing cabinet.
About 10 minutes later, he brings what seems to be a pile of parchments, probably like 10, 15. And you look at it, each one is a unique incident.
And probably most of them have been paid off by Callista.
Most of them are minor. As Abel would know, most of them are minor, and they're usually just like, half of them were like get off with a spanking, other ones were because he was a minor, his parents had to pay the fine.
Hey, that one's not even my fault. Nobody did that one.
Oh, we've told you time and time again, according to these reports, and he's just sort of just sort of flicking his thumb through them as all the pages just like.
I don't even remember this one.
It's like, you put Mr. Rowe on the street for 2 weeks because of what you did. How do you not remember that? You know what? I'm not paid enough to argue this. We'll let you go off with a 50 gold fine. And then just don't do it again. You're responsible for the little thing.
50 gold fine.
Like, alright, so gonna pay that
Alright.
now, or we gonna ask your parents again?
How about this? Alright. And I write down on a piece of paper, I owe you.
Oh,
And
no.
I give it to him.
He takes the paper, rips it up, and then places
Well,
it
there
in
you go.
front
I've
of
already
you.
paid you off then. See ya. Get up,
75
try and start
gold.
walking away.
75 gold and no jail
You
time.
ripped up my I owe you.
You look at his face, he is dead flat. Like, he just wants to get this over with, and you can tell in a glance that he feels like you're dragging it out and he doesn't like it. This is serious, kid. You're an adult now.
By what law?
He's silent.
I'm really not even an adult.
17 in this era, adults like 14 or like 16 in this era.
I'm a human.
Yeah, for humans, 16 is like 16,
Pretty much.
14 is adult.
I'm a
Remember, life
human.
expectancy is not that high.
Exactly.
And with the way, Zabel acts, it's really not that high.
What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with the way he acts.
If you make this longer, I'm gonna keep bumping the price because you're paying for my time now, and I don't want to be here. And Joe's
You
as
get
well.
paid. You get paid. By
80
me?
gold.
You get paid by me? That doesn't make any sense.
the fine's at 80 gold now.
Alright, hear me out. I'll give you 50-50. I'll give 50% now, and I'll give you 50% when I leave.
He holds out his hand. It's like, you can pay it in intervals.
Alright, I give him 10 gold.
He puts it down in front of him, holds his hand out again.
Alright, I give him 1 gold.
Damn it, man.
Are you taking this seriously, kid? Because if
I'm paying
you're
it
not,
in intervals!
make a persuasion check with disadvantage. A charisma. Oh, it's the same bonus anyway.
Oh god. It's my specialty.
10.
Get a 20.
Oh,
Not 20 though, unfortunately.
So with disadvantage, that's a 10. If you can't pay an initial deposit now, you'll have an equivalent of time in a cell.
Alright, can you go talk to my parents?
40 gold now.
Alright, I give him another 10 gold.
So that's 21,
Yep, and I give him another 10 gold.
31.
Can this guy count?
Well, he can write on a sheet of paper, so probably.
Damn it, what the hell. I give him 4 gold.
You can actually see now he's piling it in piles of 10 gold each. Like, you're missing 5, kid.
Oh,
Rip you.
here you go.
Takes the 5
And I
gold.
give him 6 gold.
6 gold. Okay, 41 gold.
And I'll be like, I'll smile at him and be like, for your time, sir.
He pockets the 1 gold, and the guy at the door just looks at him and is just like, yeah, that's fair.
Nope, and you can have a gold as well.
Okay, you give him a gold. They're in a slightly better mood, though they're still not in the best mood. So he puts 40 gold into a bag, ties it up, gives it to the guard standing watch. He's like, all right, expect the next 40 gold within the next 7 days.
Just go to my parents' place.
He goes back to the paper, writes a couple notes. Right.
Alright, can I see the man now?
Joe, take him outside. And he's like,
The
yeah,
man's
I
outside.
got it. So the guard at the door goes to you and gestures you to walk out the door.
Alright.
And
Come on,
he,
little buddy, let's go.
Yep. If you do that shit again, you'll get jail time. So please don't. I hate doing this paperwork.
I just give him a wink. As I'm leaving.
Alright, so you're led out to the front desk with Vera. And now both the guards are behind you. Or 2 guards are behind you. One is this Joe guy, one's a different guard. And they lead you out the front door of the town.
Vera!
She looks up and just like,
When do you finish?
and then just keeps writing. She does not respond.
Rejected.
And they lead you outside. This whole ordeal took about an hour, so
We're
going
at the
Oh
bar.
my god.
We're back at the bar.
going
probably.
yep yeah okay, you're back at the bar. Going back to the party. Yeah, you make your way back to the bar.
I think I'll go to my parents' place first.
Okay.
Sitting in the bar, I just go, wow, it feels so uplifting not to look after him.
It does seem like our general intelligence rating has increased since he's left.
And I haven't lost any
Actually,
money.
you know what? It's actually decreased.
It's one to have high intelligence, it's another to know how to use it
To have
properly.
high wisdom.
You have more wisdom than the fucking paladin. And he has more sense than you.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, you get back to the bar. What you doing?
I'm just looking at once more looking at our Callista, just going, well, that was quite an interesting discovery, wasn't it?
Yes. Now the question on everyone's lips is, why did they want him? Unless, of course, it might relate to what Neroth said last night. But again,
See, this was why I was worried when we first got told about this. It was bigger than
Yeah.
I thought. And my hunch might be it might be deeper than I realize.
So the question on everyone's mind is, do we trust the governor or do we trust the people we're working with?
Well, you know the governor.
Yes,
What
I
kind
do.
of man is he?
DM, what kind of man is the is the governor.
I look up to the sky. God?
He's like the foreign chieftain from Warcraft 3.
You would know him, pretty much all of you except Neroth, because Neroth never met him. You'd all know him to be. He always seems to be very friendly, and he's known to be a very friendly, very. He's actually done a lot of good for this city. Before his time in power, he has improved like the sewage system, increased the hygiene of the overall town, as that is one of the bigger problems when
You mean
you're
the
dealing.
sewage system that got one of our
Yeah.
number killed?
I was about to say, it wasn't a very good sewer system.
Problems happen. But it's a very. He seems to be very good at his job. The overall happiness of the city and the health has increased by quite a decent amount. And all of his peers and those who work directly with him, including yourselves, would know him to be very friendly, very caring, and very, very calm. So, these things that you hear, um, like especially of him being super like furious. You've never heard of him being furious before, ever. Um, but yes, take of that what you will.
I just explained to Neroth, going, I couldn't see him as being corrupt. But what do you think, Neroth, after hearing that?
You're not
I
talking
think
Sandy. Oh, there you go.
God has quite a bit to say about it. No. It is hard to envision a man such as that as a corrupt official.
Hmm.
Perhaps he is not the one whom I'm here to find, but it is impossible to say.
What if it's actually the people that have us doing this work that are the corrupt ones, and they have tricked
If
both your organization and us into believing otherwise?
if not them, then maybe the people they're working for. I really
Okay.
doubt they're doing this of their own accord. They're doing this out of possibly, maybe even as high up as a lord that doesn't like how this town's being run.
Yes.
Likely.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, under no circumstances am I going to kidnap a child.
Do we still meet them tonight?
Let us talk somewhere more private. As I get up and head to my
Yeah,
room.
it's like at that point, it's like,
All right.
Balin just finishes his ale that he got, and then just heads up the stairs. Basically, just skulls it down.
All right. While you're transitioning, we'll switch back to Zabel. You head back home, and you open the door. You hear from the distance the voice of your mother. Honey, is that you?
Hey, Mom. I got into a sticky situation again.
You hear the large thud of a seems to be metal on wood.
Just drop the bowl.
And just like, all right, wait in the living room for a moment. I'll be right there. Honey! You hear her scream really loudly down, and you hear your father respond. It's like, what is it, sweetie? It's like, get to the living room now!
Oh boy!
What a
Mom's
loving,
on
what a
the
loving
warpath.
what a loving family.
Mum's
backstory.
the more headstrong one in that marriage.
She wears the pants.
By headstrong, do
She
we
wears
mean
the
actually
pants.
able to use her head?
Stop being mean about my mom. Alright?
um,
Fucking kill you if you say something mean about her.
I'm not saying something mean about her. I'm actually praising her relative to you.
Are you sure you're not adopted?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm 100% sure.
Oh.
And the nurses
That was
definitely dropped
tempting.
you.
That was tempting.
Yep, the nurses definitely dropped you.
All right. As you wait in the living room, your mum's the only person that scares you. And
Oh
as
god, it's that kind of mum.
and as you sit there waiting, you see your father come around first. Sort of a older human male, probably, well, not that old, probably late 30s. And he's sort of, he walks in and sits on the couch opposite you. And he's just like, so, what'd you do this time, Zabel?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It only cost me 40 gold.
His eyebrow raises. Only.
Yeah.
Right. What did you? And then you hear your mother, um, walking in, and sort of she walks in, kind of. She likes to present us. That she likes to present herself as a little more feminine, and in social situations, she'll act a little girlish sometimes, even though it might not fit her age. Um, your mother being about 41 years old. Um, she walks in, gingerly sits down on the couch, and she clasps her hands together, folding her fingers over both her palms. It's just like,
I'm gonna copy her.
right, Zabel, what did you do?
I don't actually really do anything. Try to talk to the mayor.
I swear, if I get roped into this, I'm not gonna be happy.
My party members wanted to talk to the mayor, so I went to go talk to the mayor.
Oh, fuck off.
Try to talk. And how did you do this, Zabel?
Uh,
I thought it was gonna be like the full fucking name.
You hear a
That's
tone
right.
grow deep.
It wasn't really too bad.
What did you do this time?
I mean, I just tried to open the door to the mayor's office.
Deception.
That's what I tried to do. How was that deception?
It's not quite what you were.
I mean,
you
I didn't do it
caused it.
directly.
You caused this.
You're
Yeah.
not telling them
You're
everything.
not telling
That's a
them
deception
everything.
check.
Bullshit.
Lying by omission.
They
If
rolled
I was
low.
gonna
I'm
like
arguing. Persuasion and deception are both the same for me anyway.
They rolled low, but because against you, they do get a bit of an extra bonus. So that is a 19 on your mother and a 13 on your father. So they both.
Oh my
What
God.
the fuck is their bonus if they rolled low?
I rolled. I'm not telling.
It's a plus 10 on top of whatever their normal
quite.
plus is.
Advantage and plus 10?
I'm not telling.
What is that?
I think we're spot on there.
They
His mum and dad are both inquisitors in real life.
They both look. They've dealt with this plenty of times before.
They spawned him.
Yes.
Don't pull me into this.
So they look at you, Azabel, and you watch your mother's any sort of smile fades.
I would actually
Azabel
find it more terrifying if
Toriel.
the smile stayed fixed in place.
Not that bad, Mom. Just owe them 40 gold.
Tell the truth.
I did tell you the truth.
You're not telling us everything.
Did you know they have this really, really good-looking girl named Vera there?
Azabel, you're already 17 years old. You're an adult in your own right. And yet you're still causing trouble in the city.
Well,
Not even in the city, wherever you go. We've bailed you out time and time again. Yet you seemingly don't learn. So here's what we're going to do. This is it. You're your own man now. And as such,
Abandoned.
an independent man does not need to live at home anymore.
Oh,
We will not pay your fine. You will have to pay it yourself. And if not, you will have to deal with the consequences of being stuck in a cell. We've tried to show you the right way and you just don't seem to listen. Time and time again, you're causing mischief.
mischief is one way of putting it. Progress is the way I would put it.
There he goes again. And
Stage
you hear
advice.
under her breath,
Take
just there he
foot
goes again.
out of mouth and close mouth.
Right,
Let go of shovel as well. You can't dig yourself any further into a hole.
right. You see her.
Oh, stupid.
You see her take from the side table. Picks up a book.
Is it the ledger?
No, it is not.
Is it their own ledger?
Not quite. It's a book. It's not a notebook. It's an actual like book. This came for you from your little friend at the bookstore.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
And
Uh-oh.
as you try to reach for it, she pulls it back away from you.
Oh no, what did you fucking order?
But consider this a down payment in what? Until you've learned your lesson. This stays with us. And now you have to find your own place.
Okay, but can I go to my room for about an hour?
Pack your things and embrace an independent life, because we will no longer support you in any of these endeavors. Now go. You have an hour to pack your things and leave this house.
I'm gonna go upstairs and spend an hour making a mechanical elephant.
Alright, so you don't pack any bag at all.
Not yet.
Okay. Alright, so the hour passes, and let's go back to the party.
That
The
is
party,
why
yep.
I have stopped looking after him, because it's costing me so much money and so much stress. He has parents to look after him. They can do the job now, and he doesn't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about him not having someone to look after him anymore. That's what his parents are for.
We're not disagreeing with you.
So anyway, with what you said, Neroth, do you think maybe we should can I actually make a perception check, making sure that this room, like, there isn't anyone actually listening?
Sure, yeah.
Watch me roll really fucking low. 10.
You're pretty confident that there's no one listening.
So I have an idea that what we could do is the individuals that want him or want the child, they're not gonna let us go without causing shit because of my fuck up. So my idea is we remove this party entirely, this party of individuals, and then I shall turn myself in.
I have a better idea.
Oh?
We could give them an anonymous tip. Give them a letter. And on that letter, write write the location of where we're meant to meet tonight and state that these are the guys responsible.
That unfortunately might actually give them a warning, as in, I'm not talking about the guards either.
Hmm.
I'm actually a bit worried about something that I didn't want to say while we were there. I'm worried that one or more of the governors honor guard themselves are in on this.
Now that is concerning.
So, one thing I noticed as we were leaving, one of the guards was, because usually you would pick the best of the best of the city guard to protect the governor, would you not? Wasn't really.
Generally speaking, yes.
So usually one such as that kind of role would want a very clear head to make sure that he doesn't actually do anything that'll make the governor look bad. So the way that he was seeing us, like, way more suspicious than he really should be for a normal guard based on what we were doing. I mean, I've usually had my fair share of that kind of thing happening with me, but that one stands out for some reason. I can't quite put my finger on why. And the hunch is telling me that this little conspiracy goes a bit deeper than we think. So we need to be very careful who we tell now. Because I'm worried that giving a anonymous tip to one of the people who would talk to a guard, that guard's in us, and then it really blows up in our face later on. We need to be extremely careful.
Also, Kyle, I think apparently you might need to turn me up in your Discord because, yeah,
Okay, I'll do that now.
Fo mentioned he can not really hear me very much.
I mean, in terms of an anonymous tip, that is a good idea. However, I do have my own little spin on it to increase our chances, as it were. So just looking to Callista, that this anonymous tip we entrust to Vera and Vera alone.
All right, Romeo, go do it.
I might be able to help with that, actually.
Do tell, man, Neroth. I'm
Hmm,
sorry,
wait.
I will get your right. So I will get your name right eventually. Like I humbly apologize. Like, like he actually like looks really sheepish at that. It's like, I want to get this right, but I keep getting it wrong.
I wonder if she'll be into ASMR.
Excuse me?
Because they would just stand there, blink for a few moments, and go, "Oh, Balon, you weren't talking about that." Oh, I was having a completely different conversation.
Bale's not just looking at you, just going, but no.
And I was like, and he could help, which is what made me very concerned.
I have.
And I am just going to walk over here now.
I have access to a spell called Illusory Script.
Oh,
It will make it very difficult for anyone who we do not wish to read any message that I particularly write using this, aside from targets whom I designate.
I've heard of such things from home. It's really good. It's really good for confidential information. If you're capable of doing that, then by all means. How long does it actually last?
Let's see.
can you link the spell as well in Roll20?
It lasts up to 10 days.
Nice. All right.
I will say for the designate, you have to be very familiar with the creature or have met them before.
I've met Vera.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were doing this to the governor.
Nope.
This will
is
be the
for
message
Vera.
we're delivering specifically to Vera, who she can pass on to the governor.
Nice.
But I mean, it depends on whether we trust her or not.
And do we?
I mean, do you is the question. Do all of you trust her?
I mean, from what, like, Balan's sort of just been keeping an eye on the like her body language and everything like that. When she was saying
Yeah.
that she was actually scared of what's going on, like Balan was sort of thinking that's actually genuine
Mm.
because, you know, being just a secretary and all that, and
I mean, you didn't ask to check, so.
I didn't know, but
Yeah, most of the spells I'm taking for Warlock are just utility stuff.
It's always fun.
Well, I have an idea of how we can go in there without making ourselves overly suspicious. Remember, we were waiting for that those merchants to get back here to get paid. Well, they should have been back today, so if we go in today, we should be able to drop off the slip and also talk about it.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
I didn't.
That's right, the
Basically,
NPC forgot about it as well because reasons.
So we just go in there, we can get paid, and we can also drop off that slip of paper.
That was wrong.
yeah, not that one.
I'm confused. Oh, shoot of faith.
That wasn't
yeah.
supposed to hit that.
I didn't write it down, but Kyle, what was the name I put down when I stayed at that other inn? Do you have that on hand? Because I didn't have that written down.
Oh jeez, that's a good question.
It was
It
was Darian something, I think.
Yeah.
Darian Luthia, I think I called it.
Okay, I'll write that down now.
Yeah,
so we
because
have
yeah, so I'll put that down as well. Darian Luthia.
Yeah, because I forgot as well.
So I
Darian
can.
Luthi. Oh yeah, continue.
So Neroth, what should we write on the scripture for her?
What did you intend to say? What, Balan?
Well, a short enough message that I could potentially have folded and hidden between coins. So something short, but to the point. Just sort of confirming that we are unsure who to trust, and that this incident is specifically targeting the governor's daughter with intention of kidnapping. Just something that simple. To be able to give the governor the full heads up that yes, this wasn't a coincidence. That was specifically this plot is specifically targeted towards his daughter, but doing it like, you know, a short enough script that I can actually fold it up and put it up between coins, because what Balan wants to plan to do is introduce himself to Vera as Darian Luthia, inquire about jobs, and then leave a tip for her time as a nice gentleman. With that, we put this script in. We put that little piece of parchment with your illusionary script between the coins to try to hide it.
All right. All right. And
That's sort of like the idea I'm sort of cooking right now in my head. But the main question's going to be is Vera actually fully trustworthy about it? So I'd have to be careful with the questioning, like in terms of like inquiry about what's going on.
we're gonna have to risk it for the biscuit, aren't we?
Yeah, at that point, yes.
Actually,
One way or another, the child will be protected. Even if we have to do it ourselves afterwards.
You know, it's funny because you all have it all wrong. You hear from the corner of the room.
Looking over.
You don't see anyone. To your left a little more, darling.
Do I recognize that voice?
No, you do not.
I
It's
believe
low.
it's rude to come into someone's room unannounced.
Balon raised his hand crossbow and points it at the general direction where he's hearing it.
And I'll summon my longbow. Point at the same area.
Well, you're all quite feisty, aren't you? You can tell it's a female voice. I'll give you that much.
Yes, well, unfortunately, considering that you're here is too coincidental. You're linked to this, and it seems now we don't want any witnesses, do we? As he's like getting ready to pull the trigger.
You hear from the opposite corner of the room the same voice. Well, try not to be too, trigger happy, yes? Don't worry, I'm only here to talk.
I have a question if you're feeling up to explain to us.
Of course. The sound now above you from the roof.
Oh, for God's sake.
Alright, Spider Girl. I will say this very. I will say this quick and simply. As you can see, we are quite morally hindered by the thought of kidnapping someone, and the presence of more information would perchance ease that dilemma. So if your employees would care to give us a bit more information, we would have been more, probably more enthusiastic to help.
You hear a small giggle from behind you, and as you turn around instinctively, like you have all this time, you see a figure. You see a human female, a young, beautiful girl with freckles along her face and bright red hair that slightly curls towards the end. She has.
Can I immediately use my divine sense?
All right. You do not sense anything. And as you're looking at it, yeah. So bright red hair that's curled towards the tips. Excuse me. You see, she's not too tall, probably standing at around 5.5 feet tall.
So my height.
Yeah, wearing a loose cloak with its hood down, and very very finer looking clothes, but not of any fashion style in this city specifically. Well, you said something about being morally hindered,
Mm-hmm.
though.
They are. I am not. As I'm just impulsive
Oh, I can tell,
and
darling.
impatient. And impatient. I look at Balon.
Wait, so he's looking at her back, just like quirking her eyebrows, like, huh?
Right.
What is your business here?
Well, you see, my subordinates told me of your recent failures, and so I thought to come and have a look at you all for myself. I want to see what makes you all tick. And
Balon's eyes narrowing.
to be honest, I'm a little disappointed. I expected more from those who protected the sheer cliff, who fought in the. Well, one of you did die, so I suppose that's should have been a hint.
I look at Darth going, have you been to Sheercliff?
Oh no, not
No.
this one.
I haven't been either.
So Sheercliff was the. Oh yeah, you haven't. But
Sheercliff is just
Balin
Well,
and
it's
Niana
me
has.
and
Yes.
It's just me and Niana. It's like,
Yes.
Yeah.
looking at her, just,
You're
I
the
was
only
just looking at
remnant
her,
of Sheercliff.
looking at her, just going, well, that was simple monster hunting. Not
Go-
a conspiracy investigation.
I look at Neth and go, who named the town Shikla?
What are you asking me for?
I don't know. You're more well-rounded with adventuring. You might know.
I'm from the Empire.
Right, children, children. She claps her hands a bit, and she says children, but she looks young. For a human girl, she looks.
Fucking lollies.
This is actually 1,000 years old.
She looks
Fucking
19, maybe. 19-year-old human girl. And she goes, right, what was your question again? I forgot from all this little debacle. As she goes to one of your beds and just sort of very casually and calmly just sort of sits down, and like her body just bops a little bit as she kind of almost jump sits on it. Like when you let your weight just fall.
All I ask is that it would have been easier if we had more information.
Well, you're not exactly in a position to ask for some, given, well, especially now, considering how much you've screwed with plans. I spent quite a while developing, by the way.
Unfortunately, it seems that you're mistaking us for mercenaries.
Are you not? You do work for coin. Isn't that a mercenary?
I prefer sellsword.
Well, it's the
That's
same
the
thing
same
in my
thing!
book. You see, the one from the Empire gets it.
I would more
I was not a character, but
I would
yes.
more consider myself. I would more consider myself being a mercenary that's more careful than a usual one.
So an assassin.
Or careful in terms of the jobs I take. And it looks
True.
like I was right to be careful on this one.
Well, considering you let your last employer die, I'm not sure if that counts.
The fact that you know about that one is an interesting one.
Well, I told you I've been watching some of you since Sheercliff. For my own reasons, of course. I do always like to look for bright and young talent.
She has a thing for drow. No, she has a thing for elves, sorry.
She's got a thing for elves, apparently, yeah.
So does that make her an elfophile?
Ooh, she's a 19-year-old girl, man.
I don't know if she's actually 19.
She's a fucking lolly!
At 19?
Well, yes, letting my last employer die. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I couldn't really stop the second time. The first time I did save his life.
Well, it only counts if it works all times, doesn't it, darling?
Yes, well, unfortunately, I can't really seem to have the knowledge of absolutely everything and have the skills of everything, because not even the best of the healers knew what the hell was wrong with him before he died. So how are you expecting me to be so great as you seem to say?
You can see as you're saying that, she's sort of fiddling just with a random coin in her hand. Right, well, regardless, you were having quite an interesting conversation before that I just happened to overhear.
Happened to, huh?
Well, I occasionally like to drop by on my potential.
Entirely unannounced, yes.
Well, for my potential subordinates, I have to make sure that they're reliable. And so far, you haven't really proven that.
Can I insight this at all?
Can I as well?
What are you trying to find out?
I want
I
to. I want to find out whether or not this whole thing that we've been asked to do, that
Is
this
some
girl,
fucking test?
that this girl is actually the one that wanted this job to be done.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
actually, she like she's not saying subordinate. It's like she's like one of the leads to it.
Yeah, same.
All right. You want to roll roll your insight as well.
Can I roll inside as well?
Never mind.
You're not there.
Never mind. That's a nat 1, so.
I rolled
Oh.
incredibly low.
I mean, I'd probably want to try it as well, considering I'm kind of in the middle of
Sure.
it. But oh god damn it! It's only one better than your one.
I got 21, boy.
Yeah, 21's she seems to be she hasn't lied to you yet. um
You're not even there though.
Shut up.
though I do, so while that's happening, I'm going to jump back to Azabel quickly to let you fester on whatever that is. So Azabel, you spend an hour making the elephant, and then
I'm also making that other thing that I posted.
Oh, yep. A little like sort of mechanical car thing or carriage,
like
really.
a little wagon type of thing.
Yep. And as you're doing that,
And then once they're done, I'm also going to spend a little bit more time to...
Yeah.
Where was it?
well, you're just finishing that. So as you're finishing those, you hear a knock on the door. And you hear your mum. Azabel,
Yeah,
you done yet?
come in.
She opens the door.
And I'm still tinkering.
It really seems you haven't learned your lesson, Azabel. I've tried.
Well, no, I'm about to leave. Give me a minute.
I gave you an hour, and that hour is up.
Mum, I'm almost done.
Azabel Toriel, you hear her voice dropping now. Actually, I'm gonna roll an intimidation with advantage for her. Oh, natural 20. She is she's going into her serious mum mode, and well, natural 20 intimidation. You can respond to that as you think you would. And she goes,
I think I'll be fine, thanks.
Azabel
We'll do a
Toriel.
survival check.
Survival check. Take inspiration. That's hilarious.
I mean, I'd say it would be a wisdom roll, so a survival check.
I know. That's why it's
works.
so good. An 11 against her 21 plus against you. She gets a little extra. Oh no, that was advantage anyway, so that's her bonus. But with a 23 intimidation.
So you mean 30, because we're plus 10.
I have given you an hour to pack your things and leave. You have had that hour, so whatever you have on you now is what you leave this house with. And then
I will show my mother the elephant.
She almost snatches it from you and just sort of thuds it on the table next to her. And it buckles a little bit, but it doesn't quite break.
And then I'll be like, that is for you. But I just need 5 more minutes with it. And then I'm out of here.
1, 2. She's actually counting while watching you intensely.
Do you just go out the door?
3.
Can you please go out the door for a second?
4.
I don't want you to be around when I do this next
5. 6. She continues to count.
And
I'm
okay.
sorry, this is bringing back
I'm
trauma from my
then I'm gonna
childhood.
pick
Please
it up.
stop.
And I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna leave the room and go to their room.
She as you leave the room, she actually follows you, and as soon as you walk past the front door, she grabs you.
No, not front door. I'm just going into their room.
Yeah, so you do have to sort of pass, like, the path going down to the front door and then the path going to their room are 2 separate paths. So as soon as you take the wrong path, she grabs you.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
And
Are
she
you gonna
grabs you.
contest the grapple?
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
Come on, I'm not gonna grapple my mother.
No,
No, she's grappling you.
Oh. No, I'll just persuade her. It'll be like, Mum, I just need 2 seconds to do this next part.
She's still counting.
Yeah. And
22.
I'm trying to get like a little bit of privacy.
Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's not having it.
Oh god.
The natural +10 beats it.
I mean, it was
Doesn't
a
matter if she
DC. It was
rolls
a
a one.
DC in mind, and I'm just like, yeah, 10's not enough. And she actually
Alright.
starts. She yells. Actually to. Hold on, I have it. She yells is like, Aferon, which is your father's name. It's like, get his bag. And she's really like, you
I've got the
actually
bag
see your
on me.
father. Oh, you've got a. Oh, okay. I thought you were leaving
Aferon.
without the bag. Yep, and they're actually
Alright.
forcing you out of the door now.
Okay.
And as they open the door, and then now she's standing sort of on the precipice, you standing on the precipice on the other side. And still holding the elephant, with your bag
And the
and
wagon.
and the wagon, and she holds out the book.
Thank you.
Where? No, she pulls away. She pulls it away. When we think you've learned your lesson, you get this. Make a. Actually, what's your passive? I know, like you haven't seen what the book is, but it seems like she tells you even. Um,
Drow going wild?
Splunk came by to deliver this to you, but seeing as you're not mature enough to deal with such transactions, we will hold on to it until we think you're ready. Until you've
Transaction.
learned
Nobody paid for
your
this book.
lesson. Sorry?
Nobody paid for this book. How is this such transactions?
I mean, you would know. He asked for money after the delivery, so it was like initial investment that you paid.
No. I gave him money on the spot.
Yeah, and he said that was an initial investment.
No.
He did.
He did.
No, I didn't.
I'm
I gave him the whole amount right there on the spot. It was
yeah,
like
2 gold.
10 gold.
It was 10 gold, and then that initial investment will come out of whatever the cost of the book was, as well as the cost of him acquiring it.
I don't
So
remember
it could have
that.
been an extra 2 gold. It could have been an extra 30 gold.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay, well
I would've
basically
paid
your
for the
mum
whole
paid
thing on the
that.
spot.
Your mum paid that. And it's like, I had to pay quite a lot for this. You had him out running, and he found something apparently quite valuable. So think of it as motivation. When we think you're mature enough, this will be waiting for you. And she begins putting it away. Make a
Sleight of hand.
No,
make it no
I'm
make a
gonna try and steal from my mom.
make a perception check.
Oh no.
Okay, but I'm not gonna go for it.
No, I know, just to see. Okay. You look at the book and you see the cover, although it's a little old, it's actually more intricate than anything Splunk has in his store. Like it's got like trim along the inside, making a frame for a title, which you get or the first word, which is the, and then 3 letters after that, MAE. If you want, you can make a history check with disadvantage.
Yeah, sure.
9. You don't know what this, what what this, or what the rest of the title is, nor what it's referring to.
Good.
um,
That means it's something valuable.
I like how on his stat which is 0 he gets high, but on the stat he has +7 he gets low.
Yeah.
Well, I had disadvantage in that though.
Yeah. But you can tell it's going to be a really good read.
Mhm.
And she goes, it's quite an interesting book. Maybe I'll have a read. and I'll know all its secrets.
Enjoy it.
I will. After all, I paid for it. She puts it
And
away.
I'm gonna walk away.
Mhm.
Do they close the door?
They're sort of watching you through the window to the side. Just sort of just watching you leave like parents do.
Alright, well, then I'm gonna put the elephant in the wagon into my bag and keep him walking to the bar.
Okay. Good luck, honey. You're. You know what? He's been in a door for you, and she just walks in and closes the door. And as you're walking back, you would notice when you're feeling through your bag, you no longer have the key to the house.
I never had a key to the house anyway.
Well, if you did, you no longer do.
So not only have you lost your parents, you've also lost your acting mum.
Reason.
No,
know that.
didn't lose them. They're doing it of the love of their heart, but they're like, serious crackdown. Get out of the house now.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. You're like, fuck it, I'm out.
I'm done with this shit.
All right, and as you're making your way back as Abel, you go to the bar and you see the party's not there.
Oh, just before I enter the bar, I just want to pull out the ledger that Calista gave me. Write $80, scribble it out, then write $40.
Oh, gold, you mean?
And
Yeah.
you probably he would probably see how nicely I've written it and how detailed it is, and then just 80 scratch 40.
I mean,
Actually, I'm gonna do it in calligraphy, if you don't mind.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Azabel was a neat writer.
Yeah, neither would I.
But wouldn't calligraphy require a dex check or something, or sleight of hand?
No, I reckon it's more a survival or history thing.
What is?
Calligraphy.
It's a intelligence check with proficiency if you have the tool proficiency.
Shit, yeah.
It
I
would
don't
be
have
intelligence.
Calligraphy tools, yeah.
Oh, then it would be a straight intelligence check.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be as high quality. But yeah, so as you write that in, it looks pretty good.
Mhm.
You make your way up to the room, and now we will pick off with everyone where we left off with the group. As you see this,
and I'm just gonna hand the ledger back to Calista. And then I'll tell her I've updated it.
you do see everyone on the defensive around this young human girl.
Also, as Abel like opening the door and going into the room, Balin actually pulls his rapier and points towards the door as he's like seeing someone coming in. He's like,
Sudden Mexican standoff.
okay, who now?
Also, as he walks in, I do throw one of my daggers at the door.
as you open the door, Azabel, you hear Balin go, "All right, who's there?" The dagger just like right in the door frame next to you.
Distract him, little buddy.
Azabel, what are you doing? Where have you been?
just
You're
sheaths his
arrested.
rapier.
I was talking to the mayor.
Bullshit.
I highly doubt that.
You know what? I don't want to know what you're doing. I've already said I'm no longer mothering you. But you have bigger problems to work with.
Oh no, are there family issues?
Emily?
Sort of looks at you and looks at you see this young girl look at you and then look at Callista.
Balin's just rolling his eyes at this point, so it's like, alright, enough with the cute shit. Just tell us what you want.
All right,
I've had enough of this already.
Hey, my name's Adable. What's yours?
I throw another dagger at the door from next to me.
Just without looking this time.
Yeah, it's like, boom.
All you need to know is that I'm your let's call it employer.
Slave driver.
Slave driver. I'm not that cruel to those who do well for me.
Oh, I see what you are.
Oh, what did you whisper under your breath?
Mystery.
Mistress.
Mystery.
Mystery.
Oh, mystery. As
I
you
don't
said,
think he knows what a mistress is.
yes, I suppose I am a bit of a mystery, but I like to keep it that way. Anyway,
People like you come a dime a dozen. Ugh.
That's not nice to say about a Zebel.
See what I mean? A dime a dozen.
right, well, back on where we left off, I am a little disappointed in you all. I
I
offered
haven't done
to
anything yet.
give you all something that you were looking for, that you wanted.
What was that?
She looks towards Niana. I think she knows.
Now it's all coming together, isn't it?
Only now you're a little slow, Elf.
Racist.
I chuckle at that.
Is everyone from the
like-
theocracy like you?
No, they're not. They're not. Definitely not as good looking, though.
Right. So, I am a bit disappointed. Do you not want to continue our current arrangement? Because I can't exactly overlook what you were all just saying a moment ago.
I look at Neroth.
Balin's so just blinking, just going, wait, were you listening to the whole thing or not? Now you're confusing me here.
She's
She
playing.
was clearly listening to everything.
Oh, she's just being coy. Fine.
I didn't hear any of it.
The Boros
Zebel,
Legion,
we will have words.
reliable as ever. I'm glad that our message managed to reach you. Looking towards Neroth. After
I
all, this
see.
is not exactly something we can do on our own.
I am indeed beginning to doubt the veracity of our messenger and of the information we were given.
Well,
I have far less reason to trust you, after all.
I'm not asking for your trust, dear. Trust isn't exactly something common in this type of business.
Boy, is that an understatement of the year.
Yes, well, I'm glad you're finally understanding some things.
Yes, it's kind of difficult to put together the pieces when you only get given a quarter or less of the jigsaw puzzle.
Well, that's how this works, dear.
Not usually. Usually you get the whole jigsaw puzzle, then you put it together.
Not
Just
in
like,
this
just
business.
like, without even looking at Azale, just gesturing to him, it's like,
And I look at Bale and just going, don't encourage him, please. Just pretend he's not there.
Alright. Well, I am willing to overlook what you've all been just saying earlier. Word of... Oh, I don't take to betrayal too kindly, and I only give my subordinates one chance. This has been your one chance. Anything more?
Except I fail to recall when we became your subordinates.
When we made a deal, darling.
Well, you didn't accept
None
the
of
deal.
us agreed.
Yeah, none of us accepted it. You gave us time to think it over.
That's what you think. She's sort of like still fiddling with a coin, not looking at your eyes directly. But anyway, she puts the coin away. I decided to give this to you directly because I see potential in such individuals. Though maybe not in your ability to think, but in your ability, well, in your muscle. Good muscle is always hard to come by.
I just look at Neroth and go, true.
So, here's the new arrangement. As I'm sure you've probably already found out who we originally wanted you to kidnap, as she looks you all over intently.
Hmm.
She's gonna Oh yeah, she knows.
I have a question.
Yes.
How big is she?
As in, like,
Is she like it's like this is what Cliff is saying. Is she like a wee baby or is she my size?
she
'Cause I'm pretty sure.
physical strength does not seem to be her forte.
Yes, but she's a minotaur.
Oh, right. Sorry, you mean
In
Clara.
comparison to a tiefling.
Clara is, I mean, she's a minotaur, right? She's a young girl minotaur. She's got some muscle, but it's not something you've exactly looked at. She doesn't incite the thought of ooh muscles. But
No,
being a
this is
minotaur,
what
she.
this is what Clifford's asking the person in front of her.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's like because is that why you wanted muscle? While looking at Naroth again.
You mean? Oh, oh no, no. Muscle, as in all of you. You all have certain levels of combat ability that show good potential. You've somewhat proven it in the past.
Well, don't ask him to be a distraction. I pointed at Zabel.
Well, he's your problem, not mine. Regardless, now that kidnapping Clara is no longer on the table, let's change things up. Though, this will be your job, not mine. You all tend to attack before you think. At least that's what it looked like last night.
Actually, no, that was more, the opposite. Otherwise, we would have done your job simply without thought, wouldn't we?
Yes, it was surveillance, but I was looking after for my associate because I feared he was about to be captured.
Wait, that was you?
Didn't you gather that?
I've never seen you cast that.
Darling, you haven't seen me cast a lot of things.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know it was you.
I look at him and just go, talk about this later, darling.
All right, fine.
Right, so now the job continues, though we're skipping a few steps and going straight to the cake at the end. I'm sure you realize who the the target is, who we think or who we know to be corrupt in this city. And although I'm sure
The
most of you
nicest
won't believe
guy
it,
in this city.
Just crossing his arms, just looking at it, just going,
Also the guy who owes us money.
have you ever heard of lying before? Does wonders. You should try it sometime. Though I'm sure some of you will have to practice more than others.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My point exactly. So, although we know that Tarek is the one who's been doing the city a lot of wrongs, we don't have any physical proof to bring to his superiors. And that's where you all come in. You're to find it.
What exactly are the wrongs you speak of? What's your definition of it in this case? I'm actually quite curious.
She holds her hand up, with 4 fingers folded down and her thumb up. Well, slavery, for one. Illegal trade, as she does another finger, 3rd finger.
I guess stealing that.
Well, murder is another one. Do you honestly think that a city can turn so good so quickly without sweeping a few things under the rug?
Yes,
Even
well, as you
then-
know, I'm not from here, so I wouldn't know that about that fact. I'm
Oh,
inciting her as well as she's also listing these out. Is she
Alright.
lying or not?
And Cliss is just gonna casually say, well, that explains some of those jobs.
21.
I still want to know how truthful she's being at this point because this is directly related to what I need to be doing here.
Eight.
God damn it! Why is the 24 on the right?
21. You don't know.
If only we got a 24.
Gotta be kidding me.
With a 21, she is hard to read. Very hard. She's practiced at this. Almost an expert, if you will. Whether it's lying or hiding it, you don't know. Like just the natural stance of her face and her body language is
Ooh.
not something you can look through.
You got more followers, by the way.
Oh, cool. Hello. But yes, continuing on.
You just lost them.
And as she begins listing a couple more things, some I will not go into detail, but it makes your stomach curl.
That would explain half the jobs I've been doing for the last 7 years.
And you're saying you don't have proof of any of this?
Well, I didn't keep receipts.
Not talking to you, I'm sorry.
Well, he's very good at what he does. It helps as well that he's so highly regarded. It makes it a lot easier for him to sneak about with such things.
And where exactly is the proof that you're not simply spinning us a tale?
Well, you don't know, do you? My word is never enough. And it shouldn't be. That's how this industry works.
Your word versus the governor's actions that we know of.
Though I'm not asking you to trust my word, I'm asking you to go find out yourselves.
That's exactly what you're doing, though.
Well,
You have no proof to show us, and so therefore, what's the next thing? Trust you at your word, is it not?
well, you don't have to be here. She's the reason you're here, yes? As she nods towards Niana. I'm not telling you to believe me. I'm telling you to go find out yourself, and that's the job. Go find out whether what I'm saying is true or not. And if it is true, which I'm sure there'll be something somewhere, then deliver the proof to me, or to any of my associates.
Right.
See, if you opened up with this kind of job, I wouldn't have had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Kidnapping is entirely a different bag of worms, isn't it?
Especially the way you all put it.
Mm.
Made it quite difficult to trust you.
kidnap her and don't hurt her?
Just the whole kidnapping
You-
thing entirely. Look,
You fail to understand where the abduction of a child is in any way acceptable.
well, I'll tell you something. There's just try to take the word of this apparently dumb individual just for once. You need to work on your sales pitch.
And I'll pat Bale on the back, going, the first step is admitting it.
You see
It's
her.
just pointing at Callista without even looking at her. It's like, you shut it.
You see, as you're all saying that, her eyebrow raise and a smirk begin to grow along the side of her cheek. Interesting.
I actually missed that last part.
Interesting.
No, the part that made the interesting.
Oh, you see her eyebrow raise and the corner of her mouth grow into a small smirk. As she says, interesting. To
No,
think
I
that-
mean the trigger for that entire part.
Oh, I gave shade to Balon.
It was everyone was saying, like, about how it was more morally conflicting to start with kidnapping rather than finding proof and
Oh,
stuff.
I
And
thought
how
it was me calling Bale an idiot.
no, it was in reference
Even though
to
you
what
one
you were
dog
saying
to me.
about her sales pitch or however you mentioned it. And yes, so she responds with, interesting. Though Some jobs need to be done for others to work. This job is still plenty viable, though let's just say it's going to be a lot harder now, thanks to your actions last night. That's what we were doing with his granddaughter. I thought you would have figured it out. Gain favor with him. That way you wouldn't have to sneak in.
Gain favor. You
Well,
see what happens when you see what happens when we don't get all the pieces of the puzzle? You didn't tell us any of this beforehand. What were you honestly expecting us to do?
well, it's because I didn't expect you to snoop around so much. To the point where now you've raised quite a few eyebrows, and not the kind you want, including the governor himself.
And your associates that work in the guard.
If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
You know what? Fuck it. Tavern place. Where are we going to do this fucking job?
I knew you'd see it my way.
No, I'm just done with the city. As soon as we get her sister alive, I'm leaving this place because I have things to do. I'm not getting wrangled up in some fucking politics.
I think it's a little late for that.
You see her pull out, almost like a magician, pull out a small slip of paper from her sleeve. Almost as if it came out of nowhere, actually. And she hands it to you, Callista. That'll be your
Alright.
best opportunity. Good luck, and
Don't fuck up.
you read my mind. And then you watch as she mutters a few words as she casts a spell, and you see her form go into a mist and then just sort of vanish
roll
out the window.
Can I roll
Gaseous
perception on
form.
that?
Gaseous form.
Can you roll what, sorry?
Like a perception on what she said?
Arcana.
Arcana?
Oh,
Yeah.
on what she's casting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arcana.
There's fucking gaseous form in it.
Oh, it's only
Look,
50.
Glister doesn't fucking know.
You don't know, Azabel.
No, that's bullshit!
But it's fucking gaseous form.
You don't know.
Or just secretly a vampire using a spell to stop us from figuring that out.
I bet you anything Kyle doesn't even know.
Probably not.
Shit.
Ouch! Call out. It's magic I made
That's
up.
Big oof. Big oof.
I would have loved if I counterspelled just going, hey look, just cast your second level spell. Counterspell.
It was actually Misty Step, but anyway.
Oh.
Wrecked!
Anyway. Wait. No, you're gonna get into that because I already know how to cast Misty Step, but sure. I don't know what
And so she didn't register as either good or evil when I divine sensed.
Does it tell you, Q link it, actually?
I'm pretty sure it only tells you...
Like races and stuff. I don't know if it
No,
tells...
present strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavy music in your ear. I mean, it also does, tell me whether, tell me locations of fiends and undead and stuff, and whether something's hallowed.
And
Or-
then fucking...
Okay, so you sense strong evil and powerful good, but I'd say it doesn't show anything in between. So then no, you don't sense either of those. The discomfort you feel, you're not sure whether it's from... Or the mild discomfort you feel, you're not sure whether it would be divine sense or just the situation. Because, it's slightly discomforting having someone just pop out like that and then disappear.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Because, I
I
mean,
guess...
on the actual sort of little dashboard, it says, as an action, you can detect good and evil.
Mm.
Not just, The rest, not just the rest of the fluff.
Yeah, because that's not an action. That's just a permanent thing.
Mm.
I'm just gonna read the letter.
Okay. You open this little bit of parchment that's been folded up.
And everyone roll a dexterity saving throw.
Or die.
Okay.
As you open it up, you look. It's fairly barren. But it gives you an address. It gives you a time, which is basically 2 a.m. the upcoming morning. So in like 8, 9, 10 hours. And then at the bottom, you see she's drawn like a small wink, and it just says "Good luck."
What a bitch.
Oh my god. There's emojis in this universe. No!
All right, burn it down. Start again.
Yeah. Okay, scorched earth on this world. Yeah.
If I had known there was an emoji in that letter, I would have attacked her.
I had to. But yes, that is what is in the letter.
I cast go back.
I sort of take it as a candle. A lit candle and just burn it.
Okay.
Shit, I've got the. Then I just go, shit, I forgot to remember everything. I was too aggressive with that shitty emoji.
Make an intelligence check.
Fuck off.
I won't make you do that. It's the address after everything she said. You're confident it's the personal manor of Governor Taruk Marineth.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hey, Zabel. Buddy,
Mm.
you looking to get rid of that 30k debt?
Thinks about it for a second. No, not really.
And you can buy all you want from your best friend's shop.
He doesn't really have that much at the moment.
Oh, he doesn't show you the good stuff because you usually have no money.
So you seen the good stuff? What is it? Can you tell me? Can I buy it now? Can I give you the money and you go and buy it now?
I look directly at him and go, darling, I know exactly how much is in your coin purse. You do not have enough. And as you can guess, you have a lot of paying off to do, and I point to the ledger that he still has.
Actually, I gave it to you.
And I rejected it. I
Ah.
said, no, you're an adult now. This is your problem, not mine.
You're an adult
Oh,
now.
well, then it's just sitting on the ground, I guess.
You do know that I will possibly start being nice to you again when you repay me for all the gold you owe me.
I don't know you anything.
I look at Balon. I look at Niana. Fuck, I even look at Neroth.
Don't look at me.
Confused.
I have nothing to do with this.
Alright, let's go do this. Let's go ruin someone's life. And then steal everything he owns as well, for good measure.
All right. So what are you doing? You have about 10 hours until until showtime, if you want to call it
I
that.
guess Balon's gonna try and stealthily scope out the area.
That went great last time.
Before Balon goes, I'll grab him by the arm and just go,
Ah.
if you need some help, I can cast invisibility on you. Because I completely forgot I had that spell because everyone was fucking panicking last session.
So just looking at you and just incredulously, it's like, you could do that?
You didn't ask.
You didn't offer. You agreed to the plan last time.
I wasn't paying attention. Did you see how I
It's like
smell?
just pinching the bridge
You
of
just
his
hear
nose.
the sound of metal on metal as Neroth face palms.
It says conk. All right. How long does that last?
An hour, I think, or 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Let me check.
When in doubt, Google. An
An
hour.
hour.
Yeah, lasts for an hour.
All right. How confident do you feel that you won't get fucking caught?
I'm not going to tap them on the shoulder and try to get past them. No, I'm just trying to get a feel for the guard presence there, patrols, that sort of thing.
All right. I'm just gonna pull out a weird little concoction of like tree gum with weird lines in it, and just go. Here you go. Keep this in your mouth for an hour.
I will do so when I get close.
No, you need to do it within range of me.
Oh.
Oh.
Like you need to put it in your mouth now. Like just open your mouth now.
Ah.
No, Kyle, how close is this place to where we are? This
It's
address.
probably a half an hour walk.
Yeah, no, I'd much rather just get us a bit closer.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long to actually cast it.
I know it takes an action and touch, but yeah, it's a touch spell. But
Have
then
we left the tavern?
It's like, no, we
We're
No,
in
you're
my
still in
room.
the room.
We're still in a room, so I would actually just look to Callista just going, if that's the case, why don't we just go for a walk, get a bit closer, maybe 10 to 5 minutes away from it, and then we do it. Give me a bit of extra time, because I want to make sure we do this right this time.
All right.
And by we, I mean me, because I know it was kind of my fault that you had to do that. I
Hey,
wasn't
if-
careful enough.
No, I think there were many solutions that didn't involve you or him or her. Sorry, destroying a wall and nearly killing people.
Oh, potato, potato.
You nearly turned 3 people into potatoes.
Hey.
Into mashed potatoes.
Hey, I'm sure the little folk at the town would have been very happy.
I doubt it.
Anyway, let's go.
Right, let's move.
We probably don't want to take the Legionnaire because you're going to probably stick out like a sore thumb.
Take who?
Just looking at
The-
Neroth.
Oh.
Yeah, as well as going, find
I'm happy
something
to
like
wait here.
either wait here or go shopping or whatever it is that you do with your spare time.
Yes, how about you take Azable shopping?
That's a hard
I've-
pass.
I've got to do
Baylor trying hard to keep a straight face.
I've got to do something before any of this.
And what's that?
Personal. That's what it is.
Why does
Alright.
it have to be done before we do what we're doing? Exactly?
Because I'm not sure I'll have any other time to do it.
I don't understand. Does this impact us in any way?
No.
Also, I might have to jump off soon, sorry.
Okay. How long soon?
Probably half an hour.
Alright.
I mean, it's a good place in any to stop.
Okay, yeah, we can stop.
Just
More like just stopping as we get to the location just before I get hit with the invisibility, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really a big deal. Just taking a short walk for them.
Alright, well that's right. Half an hour is enough to do the stuff that I want to do before.
And I swear to the Omnisire, if I get double bad rolls with stealth checks this time, I am really going to flip this table.
So what we'll do, we'll switch to Callista and Disable. As you go to the address, you go into
Table?
Disable, Balon and Callista.
Huh?
You go to it's a much nicer part of town. Are you just going there as is, or are you just
Well,
doing anything else?
We're going like 10, 20 minutes away from it.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not going directly towards it. We're basically just like going for a walk, then at a certain spot where it's like a bit closer than our usual spots that we were at the moment, which was the tavern.
Okay.
Then that will give me extra time to actually scope the place out rather than spending like half the time getting there first.
Okay, so it will be a 20-minute walk.
Yeah, which gives me like half an hour to 35 minutes to 40 minutes at absolute most.
Sorry. It'll be.
Study it.
Let me explain. So it'll be 20 minutes to go from the place that you're wanting to separate and to start invisible to get
Yep.
to the manor.
Okay.
So 20 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get back. So you'd have
but we still have 10 hours, right?
Yes.
Before the schedule.
Oh yeah, you could do it multiple times if you wanted.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
I was gonna
10
say
hours
like
for a spell.
no, it's in like I don't mind how long it takes us to get to a location that gets us a bit closer to the manor. It's really just at the time of getting hit with the invisibility spell, so I can maximize the amount of time I have
Looking
without
at the manor.
without having to rush it because I'm running out of time, for instance.
Yep. Okay.
So allow me to be as careful as possible while scoping out the place, and also just to because I'd have plenty of time to understand their patrols, understand how they're if they run on shifts and whatever, how many are at each location, just and as well as like the actual manor itself, like vantage points to get in.
Yep. Okay. So
I need a lot of time for that, so that's why I wanted to
yeah.
maximize my amount of time.
So the two of you make your way to the manor, and then you get to that point where you want to split up.
All right. So
then I just look at Euclid, just going, okay.
Open your mouth.
I just hold this in my mouth.
There are some very specific rules for this. Don't
Okay.
swallow it, or it will kill you.
Oh.
And I stick it in his mouth.
Ah!
It casts invisibility.
And Balin goes invisible.
And how does it taste?
Like tree bark. With a weird earthy flavor, which is from the eyelash in it.
Why does he need to have it in his mouth?
You're not there.
I'm pretty sure this is just Callista fucking with him.
This is how Callista casts spells. It's very weird. Like, it's very witchy for her.
Alright.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So Balin's basically just holding it in his mouth and then just goes and just basically just nods to Callista and then proceeds to
You don't see him nod.
Yeah, exactly. I know. But he doesn't
It's
really
like
know
he-
that.
It's like a piece of gum.
Yep. So you start making your way to the manor. Make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh, come on. Give me something.
And
There we go, 27.
27. Like the
You
wind.
just wasted both of your really good rolls.
I know!
like the wind just breezing through the street. You're weaving through all any sort of individuals that are walking on the street. You see you're getting to a much fancier side of town, if you can call it that, where a lot of the more higher up people live. And you go to the address and you see a fairly large manor, which, contradictory to Taruk's more humble dress manor. But it's big and beautiful. You see the manor is sort of shaped like an M, where it's like a horizontal or a rectangle,
Oh, for God's sake.
like a horizontal rectangle
What
that
is this?
goes along the back, and then from the right and left side, as well as from the center, two more bits of building extend, and it is a 2-story building. It has a lot of windows, and is contained within a smaller yard, with multiple guards around the inside of the area, as well as 2 outside the actual gate itself.
I assume this is fenced.
Yes, it's fenced.
How high is the fence?
Probably 7 to 8 feet high. It's one of those fences where it's like it's metal grating that has like 2 horizontal metal bars, one quite close to the bottom and the other quite close to the top. A bunch of vertical metal bars slit quite closely to each other, and at the top of the bars they are spiked to prevent climbing.
Of course they are. About the like surround like how dense is this like this sort of block in comparison to like nearby houses or anything like that? Like how far away are they?
Not close. Probably not close. They're probably around 80 to 100 feet away.
Okay.
So it's a pretty decent distance. This building is very much intended to be separate and in a little out of the way of all the other buildings. Or more specifically, the buildings around it are purposely further away from this building.
Okay. So more so many windows.
Yep, both on the first and second floor.
Yep, on both floors. Yep, so both floors.
Yep.
And so in terms of like patrolling guards, really it's just 2 guards out the front gate, and all the rest are like patrolling indoors.
So there's 2 guards out. Oh, make a perception check.
All right, I might do that. Perception. That is going to be a 10.
10. All right. So you see, there's the 2 more elite guards out the front gate, and then another 2 next to the front entrance, which is in the center vertical rectangle area. If you think about it, yeah, it's like an M, so it's at the bottom middle, which is the entrance, the main entrance.
Okay, and so the middle point of the M sort of thing, the M shape.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd show you, but like it would also show interior if I did that. And with a 10, you can't see the interior.
Damn it.
You do see also a bunch of normal guards. Sort of, you see another 4, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, on the front side of the building. And you do catch every now and then from the side. Well, you can walk around the back, actually.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be staying in the same place. I'm
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
going to be like just scoping it out from as
Yeah.
many angles as I can.
Like you can circle this entire building.
Yes, which is what I'm
from
gonna
outside
do.
the fence. So you do see one, sometimes 2 guards going down the sides of the building. It's pretty thin there, so usually they don't go down the side. And at the back, you see a total of 4 normal guards. So there's 6 on the front and 4 at the back. 2 of the 6 at the front are more elite guards.
Okay, so total 6 at the front.
Yep.
Total 6 at the front. Okay.
And 4 at the back.
4 at the back. How is it in terms of how does it have a sort of like a bit of shrubbery around, like in like a bit like past the wall? Sorry.
Past the fence. Occasionally, there isn't a larger tree or anything like that. There's sort of smaller ones. Any large ones are purposely placed further away from the building. And at the back, you see sort of like multiple rooms. And you also see at the center of the back, there seems to be much larger windows that with a 10 you would see. The windows seem to be through the windows, there's sort of like a larger room with you actually see some sort of larger musical instrument. I don't think. No, you would have seen a piano. Like a large sort of piano, and then you see the back, sort of like that. This big room at the back sort of encompasses both floors. It has a really high ceiling, and because the windows are going up that high.
Is it like one of those where it's like it also has like 2 sets of stairs going up to the same location on both sides of the room or something like that? Where it's like,
You can't
curved stairs?
see into the room further than that.
Right. Okay.
Because the piano's right next to the window.
Okay.
Um,
So, all right.
you
so,
also, with a 10, you can't really see. You do see a bit of like the roof. It's like a flat roof building. But with a 10, you don't see much else apart from that.
Is it just one gate, or like at the front, or is there a back gate as well?
Just a front gate.
Okay. All right. Is it locked?
The front gate?
Yes.
Alright, so you're going up to...
Not really going to test that. It's not really going to do a shaken test. It's basically just seeing if there's actually like a locking mechanism on it.
You're not too sure. It's possible. You could...
Can I confirm any further with an investigation check at all?
You'd have to get right up to it, but sure.
Well, I'm invisible, so I probably try. I can try.
I'd say roll another stealth check.
Advantage again because I'm
Yes,
still invisible.
so still advantage.
Soft 20.
Okay. All right. You go up to the gate. They don't seem to notice you. And as you sort of just very gingerly just sort of rub your hands on it, sometimes shaking a couple bits, but very quietly, it is locked.
Okay, can I see what by? Because it's barred.
It's by a key.
Okay, so key locked. Cool.
Make a perception check as well with that. Actually, no, hold on. What's your passive?
Passive perception's
15. You would notice as the guards sort of start talking with each other, you do hear a light clang, and one of the guards, specifically the one on the right or the east side, has a key on their belt.
Okay.
Actually, a couple keys.
Okay, held by guards. Okay.
It's one of the elite guards. You don't notice one on the other guard,
Elite guards. Okay.
but one of them does seem to have a keychain almost.
I assume he's like hard to tell apart from the other guard as well.
Oops, sorry.
Oh god!
It casts web at you.
I didn't mean to do that.
They seem pretty similar. You're not too familiar with any sort of regale. It is you do know it is common for soldiers of different rank to sometimes have similar uniforms. Whether that's the case here, you don't know. But yes.
Alright, then with that, I guess I will then go back out towards my usual range of
Scouting?
of scouting without being too close to the guards. So basically, just creep away again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else I can actually try to find out. So okay, so you're saying that the other houses are like 80 to 100 feet away, but how tall are those houses in comparison to this place?
Probably about 2/3 the height
2/3 of the height of
the manor.
Manor.
Yes.
Okay, 2/3 of the height of the manor. All right. Damn. That's that plan out of the water as well. Damn. This place is really well looked after. It's as if they don't.
I wonder why. Anything else you want to try and find out? Or anything else you want to do, I'd say. You've done a perimeter check of the surrounding house. You haven't tried to go inside, so you don't know anything about the inside, and you can't see anything of the inside either.
Yeah, well, I don't want to try because it's hard to climb apparently, and with my -1 in athletics, that's only going to be a really great idea, isn't it?
Oh yeah, by yourself it would be athletics.
Yeah, as the player me, I can't think of anything else to check right now.
Okay.
But can I roll an intelligence check to see if I can figure out anything else that could be considered useful information for this?
I'll say no.
All right.
Because there's nothing that stands out to me that would make me think that your character would be like, "Ooh, I should figure this out."
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like, it was like something that, knowing what Balan's like, would there
Mm.
be anything that he could consider to be used? Like, anything else that could be a thing to check? But if not, then I guess that's pretty much it. And then I
Okay,
start heading
and
back.
you make your way back to the party, and we'll pick up there next fortnight.
Cool.
This is interesting. All right.
Also, I've got no freaking idea how I'm going to crack this egg, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, me neither.
I have a way, but yeah.
I just make challenges and I'd be like, "You guys figure it out. It's fine."
Yeah, so, because, it's like, okay, so it's done by lock, so it's locked by lock and key. There's only one way in, because you can't really, because, it's not going to be easy to climb those bars. Therefore, if we try to climb those, we'll make a lot of noise. We can't do anything
if you
like
fuck it up, yeah.
we can't do anything like a tightrope going towards the roof because the buildings are shorter than the manor is. That doesn't actually work that way. Ugh, it's gonna be a hard one to crack. Damn it! Why do you like this clown?
This will be interesting. I'm looking forward to see how you guys take on this challenge, because I have a few ideas on how you could, but I mean, the last couple sessions, you guys have gone complete opposite directions than I thought.
So normal for a D&D campaign.
Basically, yeah.
Damn, Kyle, just why don't you just call us straight up dumb? Why don't you?
You're dumb. Right. Well, yes, thanks to
Also,
everyone
Kyle.
who just, yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah?
To interrupt. Actually, no. I'll talk to you about it later.
okay. Yes, thanks to everyone who decided to drop by and listen in. I hope you all enjoyed it. This I do this game once every fortnight at 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So GMT plus 10, I think that is.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, you're gonna have to tell me how to do a raid thing, because I don't know how to do that.
Just go / type raid, then space, and write in the name of a channel. I can give you a channel if you want.
Yes, because I know you know a few people.
Yeah. Alright.
You do have a professional streamer here. You're the only one who's
Yeah, you're the more professional.
professional.
This is technically the first one on the channel. Well, technically second actually, but I forgot to do recording.
I will send you the.
Yeah, if it had a VOD.
I'll just send you the command of how to do it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you just send me that.
In
I'll copy paste
Discord.
that into. Awesome. Yes, thanks for everyone for coming by. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a very heavy. It's interesting. I normally do more combat based, but I love a good roleplay, and this is very
There you
much
go.
a mystery sort of
Which is
mystery,
my worst-
confusing,
which is my worst thing, 'cause
morally
my brain's
conflicting
really bad at
arc.
this. My brain's really bad at that kind of thing. That's why I'm struggling so much.
Oh, don't worry. Usually, for any sort of challenge you come across in D&D, the solution is always 10 times simpler than you actually think it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I had a game
anyway.
where, like, the solution is to touch red, green, blue, and it took them an hour and a half to figure it out.
In this case is just to kill
Yeah.
Clara.
That's a Tomb of
To kill
Annihilation.
Clara. Oh. Tomb of Horrors is what I was referring to,
It's
which is
same
based on
module, yeah.
Annihilation's based on horrors, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Annihilation has a horror in it.
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening. I will do this raid thing, and yeah, if anyone wants to come by next fortnight, feel free.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, no.
Did it work?
Yeah, it's working.
It's
Then
working.
it'll just say that you have to click raid.
Right now at the top of the, yeah.
Yeah, when it finishes loading.
There we go.
And that'll take us over to Raging Raven's channel.
God, literally the worst fucking game in the world. No, I'm talking about Skyrim.
Yeah, well. Skyrim's still fun for people, so...
Hey, Kyle, do you want to do